Hello and welcome to Top Hat Chat Live with myself, Street, the Top Hat Gaming Man and Orb. Tonight on the channel we were going to be talking about Smash Ultimate and how we feel about that game and the games before it, I suppose. But 2 minutes before the stream... Tonight on the channel we were going to be talking about... Working? Cool, right, okay. But 2 minutes before I was like, Rich, can you make a thumbnail? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. He started making it and then realised he'd made an Ouya one for some reason. Yes. Without really thinking about what it is we were doing. So now we're doing an Ouya stream and talking about that.
Yes, for a whole half an hour,
yeah.
Apparently.
How we're going to do that, I'm not quite sure. But we'll probably talk about other things as well. So Andy Aldridge here on Lion Secret. Lion Secret says that jacket's quite nice.
It is rather ravishing, I must say.
Yes, Rick.
Yeah, no, I quite like it. Considering all the revolutionary events at the moment in France, you look like you could be right amongst it. So
I like
it.
I am actually a direct descendant of Lord Admiral Nelson, who defeated France as well.
Is there anybody you're not a descendant of?
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Barack Obama's his.
There's no relation between me and Hillary Clinton either.
Apart from you also have an email scandal.
I have no connections to Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh, I'm noticing a pattern.
I have no connections to Angela Merkel.
That's not what I heard.
I heard you were connected at the waist. No? Okay, anyway, Ouya. So, Ouya's a strange thing.
Is it?
Because I know what an Ouya is. Orb, do you know what an Ouya is?
Yeah, I remember being pumped for the Ouya when it was ready to come out.
And
the build-up.
Really? They really want you to have one that much, they pumped you for it.
And if...
no, I would...
Sorry.
Did you know that if Randy Savage was German, his favourite console would be the Ouya?
I like that.
So do I. It took me a second, but yeah, no, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yeah, so I know what an Ouya is. You know what an Ouya is. You have an Ouya.
I do.
But I mean, the people at home probably know what an Ouya is. But I suppose we better mention what an Ouya is. That's not an Ouya. That's an Ouya controller.
It is. This is an Ouya controller.
Cool.
Which is surprisingly comfortable, actually.
It is.
I will give it that.
I think is that metal. It's very cold.
No.
Why is it so
actually.
cold?
Yes, I think. It's a very cheap metal, but it is indeed a metal of sorts.
What's a cheap metal? Welsh steel, do you think it's made from?
Maybe.
Welsh steel.
Welsh steel.
Indian steel, surely.
I was pumped for the Ouya, says
Chinese
with enthusiasm.
That, doesn't he write Ouija rather than Ouya?
No, that's not quite Ouija.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it's not quite Ouija, but... Yeah, it's not quite Ouya. Ouya has a Y in it.
How do you spell Ouija then?
It's O-U-J-I-A, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Have we literally got to that point with 3 minutes 26 in and we're talking about the spelling of Ouya because there's nothing else to say about it?
I really like the Ouya. It's so bad. And you've got the letters Ouya on it instead of... those weird PlayStation symbols. They've written Ouya there.
Yeah, I can see that. People at home can't see that, but they can Google it.
So you press the U button, the A button, the Y button, or the OO button.
Yeah, which was a little bit off-putting because as I was kind of having a little play with it, it says like press A to go back, and I was like, but A should be at the bottom where the O is, and the O should be where the A is. So when I'm navigating the menu screens, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. I know it sounds really stupid, but I'm used to an Xbox controller.
I think these are really good value systems though. They cost about £15 and you couldn't even get an Xbox controller for £15, could you?
Original Xbox or new one?
New one.
New one. No, brand new, they're like 55.
That's what I'm saying. This controller is just as good as an Xbox controller, isn't it?
No.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's really hard to argue. I mean, to get any Xbox controller with metal on it, you're looking at the Elite controller, and they're like 120.
So it's a lot better than an Xbox controller then.
I don't think that you can judge how good a controller is by its inclusion of metal or not, and its price. But I do see where you're coming from. Like, it's a relatively well-built controller. It doesn't look like it will break.
Which is just as well for you, really.
Yeah.
Did you know as well, since the Ouya's discontinuement in terms of being manufactured, there's now, if you buy yourself a Mad Catz Mojo, which is another console I own, it comes with an Ouya app.
Does
So
it?
you can play all the Ouya library on your Mad Catz Mojo.
2 consoles everybody wishes to own.
Exactly.
Mad Catz Mojo.
Yeah, the Mad Catz Mojo has an Ouya app, which I've also got over there if we want to show the Mad Catz Mojo. We should save that for another stream.
I'll show it. But we won't talk about it
The
too much.
controller.
I'll show the actual Mad Catz Mojo as well.
Another Android-based system.
yeah.
With an Ouya app.
This one is less well made. Can we say that?
Why do you think that's less well made?
I-
There's
quite
no
like
because
that.
there's no metal involved. Therefore, it's a worse controller.
I'm literally weighing it up.
Oh my word. I like this controller.
I prefer the Ouya one, funnily enough.
No, I think the Ouya one is a bit too long.
Here's a bit of a long boy. It reminds me of a Wii U controller.
But I mean, it's not awful.
What
It's
is
not
this
awful.
part for?
I don't actually know.
I'm wondering, because
Oh.
that's a Bluetooth controller, I'm wondering whether that's to play phone games with. So it's got a little adapter on the back where you can put in a clip for your phone.
Quite
That would
possibly.
that would be what I think it's probably for. But again, like I can't imagine it being particularly good. I'm assuming that's a Bluetooth adapter.
No, that's for the controller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying for Bluetooth. It's a Bluetooth controller.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's a little Bluetooth adapter in the back there. Again, how good this thing is, I don't know, but we'll play with this at some point and definitely get a stream out of it because I think it's worth looking
But
at.
yeah, are you looking forward to many, many hours of Ouya tonight on twitch.tv/tophatchat?
Well done for the plug. I'm really impressed. Well, on twitch.tv/tophatchat, which is
It's
where we're
not
going to be
broken.
going over at 9 PM UK time to play many hours of Ouya, and we do every week. We usually play different games, and there should be a lot of games that nobody has ever played.
I would imagine so. Not adults, anyway.
No, there's also games on here. I'm just literally looking through. I mean, you can't see what I'm looking at up here, but I just saw Saturday Morning RPG.
That's my A to Z.
Did you? That was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, these are all the games I've downloaded.
Yeah,
so
the people
far.
can't see this, so we're not
I know,
talking
we
about
can
it
talk
too much.
about it though.
Okay, fair enough. But I saw Saturday Morning RPG, which is a game that was released or re-released by.
Don't say them, they're horrible.
Yeah, I'll say them anyway. 'cause-
Limited fun, that's
yeah,
what we refer to
Limited
almost.
fun games.
Limited fun.
And everyone was going mad about it, weren't they? This was-
Limited fun.
This was a brilliant game, apparently.
I think people
It's
just like the
definitely
word
worth looking
RPG. If it's got the word RPG in it, people want to spend
Yeah.
too much money on stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
I like
There's loads of games on here that I've never heard of. There is Sonic 4,
Yes.
which I think is we were definitely going to give that one a go.
Indie Carts is good. We play Super
Yeah,
Indie
there's
Carts.
Super Indie Carts,
ASAP.
which looks exactly like Super Mario Kart.
Yes, it does. Only 80s fired.
It is a bit 80s, I must
What
say.
else have I played in it which is really good?
But yeah, no,
I
I
feel
mean,
like
I'm
this
looking
game
forward
is
to that.
missing from this list.
Well, we might have to buy some.
No, games I
Another...
already own. Where are they all? I have got more games than this. I swear down.
Swear
I
down.
swear down.
Wow.
Oh, God.
That was Urban Hat Gaming Man.
Urban Hat Gaming Man. Do you need to borrow my hat?
Shall I? Shall we
No.
swap?
Wear it
Let's see what
backwards.
happens.
No. But we need to do more about the Ouya because this
Can I
is...
wear your hat and do this?
No, this is an uninteresting stream. Rich, work harder.
What? Ouya?
Yeah.
Um,
You've done a whole video on this, haven't you?
I have done a whole video.
So
on
we
it.
should be able
We've
to
got
talk
a lot
about
of
it
views.
considerably
There's like
more than we have.
50,000 views.
Exactly, so more.
The Ouya, it was a Kickstarter campaign, wasn't it?
It most certainly was.
And
One of the first I remember, actually.
Yeah, it was the first really big one. I
So
think.
there was morons who backed this, was willing to pay hundreds of pounds for Ouyas. What was wrong with their brains?
Well, they liked the idea of the console, and they thought it might be a big mover.
An Android console.
Yeah, but at the time that was kind of a newer thing.
Yeah,
so-
nobody really knew that Android was terrible.
To be honest, I've backed a worst project before.
Yeah, the Sinclair.
Yeah, the Spectrum, the Vega,
Spectrum
whatever it is.
Vega Plus.
Yes,
yeah.
I backed it and I've still not even got one.
Yeah. So at least these people received their consoles, I
I know.
suppose.
I can't even cut my cheese,
No,
which
it's
is
true.
really frustrating.
But yeah, no, I mean it's an obscure thing to play. So it was a Kickstarter campaign. It did very, very well. Clearly met its goals, and then some, I think.
Yes, it did.
Lots of people were very, very interested in this, which is strange why they didn't do a better job.
Did you know there's a limited edition white Ouya?
What was that for?
It's white. The colour's just colour change. That's what
Yeah,
it's
but
for.
why? Was that for an extra like a certain amount of donation or
I
what?
do not think so. I think there is a Kickstarter edition Ouya. I think it's got Kickstarter on the box.
Really?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think that I can't remember why there's a white Ouya, but there is a
So
white
I wonder
Ouya.
why they sold so poorly. Well, I mean, what was the
They
price?
can't have
Do you know
sold
what the
poorly.
price
They're bloody
point?
everywhere, and they're £15 a pop. So
I think the price point was 99.
Again, you'd think that would do all right because it's not a ridiculous amount of money, but people.
but it is
seem
a
to be-
ridiculous amount of money for what it is. It's a £15 system. This is what I say to everyone: wait for the system to be worth £10, £20, then buy it. It's one of those systems.
Yeah.
It'd be like spending £100 or £90 on a PlayStation Mini. Not worth it. Get it when it's £10, £15 like an Ouya.
Shut up.
Exactly. By the way, did you know this can emulate PlayStation?
Yeah, I did. It does it quite well.
It's only
apparently.
£15,
Yeah.
not £90.
To be fair, you know why I bought that. It was because you weren't buying one, and Orb wasn't buying one, and I felt like we should have a look at one at some point. That was the entire reason.
And looking
for
at
me
it,
buying it
all we've done is physically look at it, and that's as far as we've
I
gone.
played with
isn't
it.
Okay.
I play with it. It's average.
Average.
Average. The Nvidia Shield is very good, says Ray's Dragon. Which is
I've
another
heard good
similar
things.
thing.
It's a handheld, the Nvidia Shield, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Considering I have, love my handhelds, I really should get an Nvidia
Yeah.
Shield soon.
I'm not sure if Nvidia have made another one.
They're so
which is
expensive, the Nvidia products.
Yeah.
Apparently the Catz Mojo is pretty much as powerful as an Nvidia as well. Which is
It wouldn't
interesting
surprise me
because
because again,
it's cheaper.
you do play for you do pay for some nameage, and Nvidia is a big name in gaming, which is surprising they can't do something better than terrible Android devices.
Yeah. No, Nvidia is meant to be good by all accounts.
It's an Android device, so it can only be as it's
I don't
going
think
it's
the
going
Nvidia Shield isn't
it's
Android,
going to
is
hit
it?
a glass ceiling.
I'm pretty sure it's not an Android device.
Is it not?
Do you know much about the Nvidia Shield?
I don't know. It's something that I've seen advertised a lot, but I don't know what it runs.
Well, Ray Jones says it's very good. The Nintendo Switch used a similar chip to the Nvidia Shield.
And the Nvidia Shield's older as well, so it done it first.
Yeah, well, the Switch needed to put it into something very small, didn't it?
I've still not really ever played a Switch.
The thing's really small as well, the Shield. I said it's a
It
handheld.
is, yeah. I'm just trying to come up for excuses to stop people that like Switches shouting at me.
But people who like Switches are idiots.
That's true. They wouldn't be subscribed to this wonderful channel.
But then again, speaking of the Switch, it is changing the way games are being played.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion, because it's kind of made the television obsolete in the sphere of gaming.
Only for the few people that want to play a Switch.
There's no need to ever. If everything goes the way of the Switch, there's no point of ever playing a game on a television again.
Why?
Other than the game could never ever look as good on a small screen as it can on a large one.
Yeah.
But it's all relative to how close you sit to the
No,
screen.
Depending on how
not.
good the television
Yeah.
is.
But
If
how
you're
good,
playing on an older television, then it's not going to look as good.
You could
because
say
the
it-
upscaling is going to be worse. You get like AI upscales in different televisions.
But surely
which
to
make
get the
things
true
better.
Switch experience, you need to play it on a Switch. Does that not make sense?
Well, no, because
You're getting, if you're playing it on a television instead of on the Switch, you're getting not a proper Switch experience
you
because
tried-
that's not the Switch's monitor.
Have you tried? Right, okay. Have you tried to play Smash? The new Smash.
I've played the new Smash. Yes.
Have you played it on the handheld?
I've played it on both, and I way prefer it on the handheld.
With the full with a full amount of players all on the screen at the same time on the handheld.
What's the full amount of players?
I don't know. I think it's 8.
I've got no problem with it.
Yeah, you can't see as well.
Maybe it's because you two have just got bad eyes.
No,
I've got really
I
good
think
vision,
it's
to be fair.
I think everyone other than
I
you
tell you
has
what,
better eyes.
I will tell you what's
because-
you're going wrong. You're not holding it close enough to your face.
But then I can see pixels if I hold it too close because it's only a 720p image.
There's nothing wrong with 720p.
There is.
There's not.
It's not
There is
4K.
when you view it this close.
Yeah, the closer you get to it, the worse it looks, and that's the whole point.
I don't know. I haven't really got much of a pixel fetish.
Not that, it's just...
I think that your eyes are worse than mine, and you don't. Everything blurs into a smooth image for you. Like when you play on CRT TVs, and because they're quite blurry, it blurs into one and makes the image smoother.
CRT televisions actually are better. Like they display. It feels to me like they display
Yes,
more colour.
but I've just
They're
explained.
brighter,
I've-
and it just looks
But
visibly.
I've just explained to you some of the reason why they look better. It's
No.
because they're worse televisions, they're blurrier, so you don't see the edges of the pixels so much, and they blur into one, creating a decent image,
Which is a good thing.
right? So what it is basically the TV is terrible, which makes older stuff look better. That's literally the thing. The reason CRT TVs work so well with older games is because they're crap.
No,
Like,
they're
seriously.
amazing.
No, well, you're the person that prefers the look. Well, that says that.
Touch
Star
that
Wars-
screen.
Why?
Because it's a horrible plasticky substance.
Yeah.
Touch that screen. Glass.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you want to move it to another room, it takes 3 people
What's wrong with
because
that?
they're big and heavy and cumbersome.
Yeah, so
You-
it's
you-
not going to get stolen.
So
then, is it?
so you can only move your televisions when on Saturdays because me and Orb are both here, and you don't have enough friends.
But I'm saying your televisions are on their way out anyway. There's not going to be any reason to need to own them soon
Why?
because we can have things like the Switch and other tablets, so that we'll be able to watch all our and play games on mobile devices.
Again-
so there'll be no point in these big horrible monitors taking up too much space, which require you to move a sofa really far away. Like, look how much space we've wasted in this room because we need a gap between us and the television.
If you had a better television, you wouldn't have so much of a problem.
What do you mean?
I've got in my bedroom. I've got a 4K TV, which is really good and has a really good upscaling, and I can sit closer to this to my TV and not see a single pixel. Like everything.
But I
looks
don't
really
give
good.
a crap about pixels. The problem is, if the bigger your television is, the more you're going to have to move your head to see all of it, which is stupid.
But you do it to an extent, but not that much.
You should not need to move your head anywhere to watch a monitor.
It's called peripheral vision.
And you shouldn't be using it to do that. That's annoying, like motion controls. It's as annoying as motion controls. Like sitting so close to a monitor that you have to physically move and look
How
around.
big do you think my TV is?
I don't know. But this is too big as it is. That's too big anyway, in my opinion.
But if you had it smaller, you'd have to sit closer.
No, you wouldn't. It's an optimum position at the moment. If that was any bigger, I'd have to move the telly back. I'd have to move the sofa back there.
Not if you if you bought a good TV.
Yes, you would. Because I would have to. If that was a little bit bigger, I'd have to. Like, let's say I was playing Mario or something. Mario's over there or over there. If it was taking up the width of that unit, I'm gonna. If Mario's there or there, I'm gonna physically have to move my head a little bit to play a game.
Why?
Which would be horrible.
Why? Have you got terrible cataracts that completely destroy your peripheral vision? Like, is that what's happened? Like, you can't see anything except unless it's like directly here.
It just doesn't. Big televisions make no sense.
Again, they're
They're a waste
absolutely
of
fine.
space because the bigger they are, the further you have to sit away from them.
But if you say that widescreen TVs, flat screens, are a waste of space, then what's all that wasted space behind your CRT that forces your television to come closer to you?
Yeah, but that's a better monitor. So that's completely different.
It's not. It's a worse monitor.
No, it's much better.
It's
Brighter,
better.
more vivid colour
It's-
palette.
Again, use HDR. It does not. No. But it is better for playing older games. For playing the retro stuff, I completely agree that CRTs are better because they're worse
And-
images and they blur into.
And it's also the right shape. Modern televisions aren't the right shape anymore. They've made the shape wrong, haven't they?
Well, no, they've made it different and they've just cut the edges off. So literally, you can
But
just...
all the good content you want to play, or all the good content you want to watch, isn't weird and stretched out. So you've got a problem.
But you can.
You
just...
can only watch all the modern tripe,
But-
which is horrible.
But again, if you wanted to watch it, it wouldn't be stretched out if you had a television with settings that you could push it all back in again. Like, it doesn't take a
I
lot
suppose
of
there
effort.
are some advantages to these modern televisions. Like, you play Ouya on it.
You can.
I've never tried playing Ouya on a CRT.
It's because you wouldn't be able to because it's a HDMI output. So there's more facts about
You must
the
be able to
Ouya.
get downscalers, though. Surely.
To be fair, I've never looked. I've never seen a reason to look.
Should we get downscalers then, so we can start playing like PS4 and stuff on CRTs?
It'd be interesting to see if it would work.
Can you get downscalers?
Do you know anything about this?
Well, it wouldn't work properly, would it? Because those old TVs are 50 hertz.
Oh yeah.
No, it's AV.
It's still 50 hertz, though, refresh rate, right?
No, you can play AV. You can put anything on it.
I'm not sure. I don't know, but or just sitting there being logical and knowing exactly.
It's because it's a non-argument. It's not. It's not even an argument.
It isn't. You're right.
Modern TVs are way better than old TVs. Case closed.
No, they're not.
Yeah, but no, it's not a discussion.
Which one are they? Someone more likely to be able to steal?
That's not even something.
The
I
modern
consider.
television. Proof that an old one's better. Is more
They
stable.
improve the security of your house. Bolt it to the wall.
Yeah. If you care about it that much, you'll love it. You'll go to bed with it.
Because that's the only reason you can't steal that CRT. It's because it's too heavy.
To be fair, if anyone broke in and stole that, they'd be fucking terrible
They'd
criminals.
be doing you a favour because it costs you money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure some members of certain communities would quite like the copper inside it.
The amount of copper inside that would be minimal.
Apparently, someone's played a PS4 on a black and white TV.
I feel like that's lies.
I used to play Nintendo
No, the
60.
lazy game reviews guys did it apparently.
Oh, okay, maybe they did.
And
I
it
could see them doing something stupid
it
like
took
that.
a load of different connections.
I used to play Nintendo 64 games on a black and white TV
Why?
Really?
because there was just a spare portable at my nan's house. So I used to take it to my nan's and then
Like Devo.
play Banjo Kazooie upstairs on the black and white television.
When I first moved out into my own place, I hadn't bought anything yet, and my first few days of living in my new place, I had a black and white TV, and I watched all of my TV on it. I hated it.
Why?
It was boring.
I remember Banjo Kazooie being more challenging in there was less colour for some reason.
That doesn't sound like a good thing though. Like
No.
that just seems like arbitrary added on.
When was the first
Difficult.
colour game console?
Anything after Pong.
They're all colour, aren't they?
Pong wasn't. That was green.
ZX81, that's black and white.
Yeah.
I remember ZX80.
Just curious. Yeah.
Game Boy. Can that class as black and white?
Yeah, I mean, it's green and black, isn't it? Same thing.
The thing's black and white. Game Boy Pocket.
Yeah, that's black and
Yeah.
white as well.
It's hard to play the Game Boy nowadays.
It is.
The original Wonder Swan and Neo Geo. They're black and white.
I wonder what... People are always talking about frames per second. I wonder what the frames per second is on a Game Boy.
4.
4 frames per second. Perfect. But nobody ever moans about that.
People are weird, that's why.
Nobody goes, oh, well, frames per second on a Game Boy. He's got 4 frames per second playing Super Mario Land 2.
Nah,
That'd be much better playing in 120 frames per
games
second.
don't require that sort of that sort of quality though. On
maybe.
an original Game Boy, they were very much made with the limitations in mind.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's only when they start getting to the Game Boy Color and Advance that they start going a bit crazy.
Do you know what I really want at the moment, which I've not got yet, which would be great for a CRT? A CED player. Are you familiar with those?
CD player,
Yeah.
compact electronic disc.
Elderly disc.
Yeah.
It's a capacitor electronic disc.
Oh.
What's
And,
that?
They were discs which you could watch videos on.
Sound what?
You could watch videos on discs.
They were like pre-Laserdisc.
Yeah, so they were before DVDs,
How
before
big were
Laserdisc. They looked the same as vinyl records, and they played with a needle.
Amazing.
I
They
know.
were
To be
invented
fair,
in 1968.
Are you gonna get one?
I want one.
How much are they?
I don't know.
they're going to be very expensive, aren't they, let's be honest. But that, to be fair, that's actually something I'm quite interested in. I'd quite like to see
What,
that.
CEDs?
Yeah, CED. I think I'd prefer to have one of those than an IED.
Because related to the next video I've got coming out tomorrow, there was going to be a CED games console at one
There we
point,
go.
but it got
Wow.
cancelled. Well, it didn't get cancelled, it got changed.
So do you want to quickly, while we've got a couple of minutes left, bearing in mind that you've just linked it in, talk about tomorrow's content very briefly to the people?
Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I will be releasing another episode of Cancelled Consoles, this time covering the Halcyon system, which was originally going to be a CED-based system, but instead got changed to a Laserdisc-based system, and it came out in 1985, well, got cancelled in 1985, and it could actually talk, because it was based on HAL from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh.
Yeah. And HAL Laboratories is somehow involved as well.
Well, that's also
that's how
named
we,
after
yeah.
HAL from...
Which is
the same
originally
film.
how we were going to link in this little bit of speech to this video tonight, because we were going to talk about Smash Ultimate, which is made by HAL Laboratories.
Yes.
So how that didn't happen, I don't know.
Because it became an Ouya video instead.
And then it accidentally
Become an
became Ouya.
video. As as Line Secret pointed out, almost no Ouya chat as expected.
Doesn't mean Ouya chat. To be fair, you can come over and join us on twitch.tv/talkaboutchat. I guarantee we're going to be talking about Ouya for the next 6 hours. Am I correct?
That sounded a little bit pervy.
Rage Dragon says, yeah, Ouya isn't going to last long.
To be fair, we have linked the Ouya to Rich's credit card, and all of the games are £3-4 each. They haven't done a sale. It's not like Steam. So if we do run out of games to play, we'll just make him buy some more, which I think is an incentive to come over at the very least.
Ouya.
Right, okay, so is there anything else that we need to say?
Come join us in literally five
We'll do
minutes.
a few minutes, yeah, won't be long, a few minutes.
On twitch.tv/TopHatChat. And we'll be attempting to get something decent out of the Ouya.
Yes!
Fingers crossed, it will be an interesting one. To be fair, there will be a lot of games that none of you will have ever seen, and possibly for good reason.
Yes.
So there is a reason to come over and
we
have a look.
will molest your taste buds with quality.
So there's a copy and paste link. Lion Secret has just put that out there for anybody that hasn't done so before. Come over to twitch.tv/TopHatChat. If you haven't got an account, make one. Give us a follow. Your name will pop up on the screen and everything. We're quite good like that.
Pop!
And yeah, we will see you over there. So thank you for being here, and we'll see you later on.